Managing image assets in Flutter can get tricky. Wrong formats, incorrect names, oversized files, or missing high-res versions or different resolution versions can all cause issues. And that's where the DCM analyze command comes into play. Let's see how this command can help you identify and fix these type of issues.
I have this project right now, and I have the images which have different resolution even. For example, in this folder or in the common folder, I have different files where I also have a different resolution of these files to show it properly on a different sizes and different devices. Working with these image assets and also analyzing them, at some point it becomes very important in your project. That's where DCM analyze assets command comes into play. This command analyzes assets that are added to the Flutter assets section in the public-spec YAML file. At the bare minimum, you can just run DCM analyze assets command and it will return with a quick report of your assets. But this command comes with multiple arguments that you can pass to command, including size, finding a proper naming, or the allowed format for each folder that you want to define, different reporters, and so on. By default, the maximum or the limit image size is 500 kilobyte, but you can change this by the size flag. You can change it to any number that you want, from kilobyte, byte, and megabyte modifier. So I'm just going to go and use kilobyte in this case. Once you do that, you're going to have a different report where this time it warns you with images sizes that exceeds that limit. One of the common mistakes when we have multiple different resolutions in an application for images, it's when you create kind of like an image in a resolution and it's not really matching the modifier. Let's say you have this file in the 2x modifier. You want to just make it double the size, but the size is not correct. It's going to be nice if you detect these type of issues. That's where the resolution flag comes into play. In fact, that's by default enabled. And if you just pass that, it will show you the different resolutions problem. So this image right now, the arrow indicator, as you can see, the width and height are not matching the resolution modifier because the original, for example, height is 15, but the resolution right now, it just doesn't match. That is 29. It should be 30. If you don't want these issues to be reported, simply pass no resolution flag to the command. Another important analysis is actually figuring out if the file names, the image file names, are actually following your naming convention in your project. For example, here, we're following the kebab case. To do that, you can pass the flag naming with the three defaults option that you have. Either you can pass the kebab, which is default, Pascal case, or a snake case. If everything goes well, you should not see any asset issues. Let's try out renaming one of our files into a different formattings. Let's also change that in the resolution folders. You will see there is an issue with one of the files that needs to be renamed to a kebab case. Another flag that you can pass, in fact, to figure out if you can convert images to WebP format. WebP is more efficient than PNG and JPEG. It reduces the size, but at the same time keeps the quality high. When you pass this argument, you will see an analysis if a picture can be at least 25% reduced in size when you convert it to WebP. And that analysis comes with all of the pictures that you have under the assets folder. And keep in mind that 25% is only the minimum. You may get even more reduction if you try to convert. Just keep in mind that not all platforms recognize this format as an image format. The next flag I want to talk about is going to be incorrect folder. Like imagine you have these folder logos and you want to just put all SVGs under this folder. And you want to avoid any other type of images under this folder. That's where the allowed formats flag comes into play. You can pass it as a key value type. For example, you can say logos as your folder, and then the type of format that you are allowing to be under this folder. For example, in this case, I just want SVG, or if you want even PNG, you can pass it by comma. Let's keep it SVG and try it out. There's no issue at this point, but if I now copy a PNG file and try it out again, you will see an error that this file, a PNG file, should not be placed on the logo folder. If you want to see the analyze report of all images, just pass the report all. You will see the analysis report of all images, regardless whether they have any issues or not. This can be quite handy when you can actually set the reporter to JSON and get a JSON report instead. And that's going to give you an analysis report of all images with the JSON format where you can analyze yourself if you want. You can also change reporter to different formats. For example, if you need HTML report, which in this case, the report all is going to be by default, or perhaps you want to run that on your CDCI, maybe you need GitLab or Checkstyle or Code Climate. Let's now get an HTML report and take a look. The HTML report is going to be created under Asset Reports folder in the root of your project. When you open the index.html, you will see a report of all of your images. To learn more about DCM Analyze Assets command, head over to dcm.dev.